Hello, I'm Cody, and welcome to Session 10 of this Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire turn-based Triple Crown attempt. Last time, we completed a few more bounties, explored a bit more of the island Nekataka is on, and started exploring a crypt beneath the sacred stair in Nekataka. And about an hour ago, I started trying to record this very session, only for the game to only for my computer to once again hard crash. Rather than editing in the 40 or so minutes that attempt into the beginning of this one like I did last time, I think I'm going to upload it as a unlisted YouTube video, and we'll link it in the description here for completion's sake. I doubt anybody will want to watch it. Not much. I mean, what happened in it will be the same thing, hopefully, that happens here. But yeah, just random crash out of nowhere again. Very annoying, as I had thought I'd had a reasonable guess as for what was causing the crashes. I have a USB hard drive that had either the drive itself or the USB enclosure is failing, and it's been randomly connecting and disconnecting, and I just unhooked that and thought maybe that's what was causing the random crashes, but no, that hasn't been hooked up, so that can't be it. Yeah, I was just in the middle of a dialogue when the game my entire computer just basically paused. And it became completely unresponsive until I power cycled it.
You go in first!
Very irritating, as I've said last time it happened. It's been happening on and off. Passage. Just the hallway. Continue. There we go. Been happening on and off since last summer, but sometimes it goes months between happening. Sometimes it happens a couple of times in less than a week. I have no idea why. I keep thinking maybe this little thing or that little thing will fix it, and said little things never seem to fix it. And all I did is 2 fights in here, so we'll very quickly be caught up to where it crashed. I really wish I could figure out what's causing it. I'm usually fairly good at computer maintenance and ascertaining what is or is not causing problems, but in this case I'm at a complete loss. I looked at this a bit last time. It's interesting. It's got some cool stuff here, specifically I don't care what that. Yeah, immune to might or immune to perception afflictions. Just blanket immunities are quite tempting, but ultimately, I mean, I can't really afford to do either of those. I don't really care about these other things. Hostile only raw damage AoE on unconscious could be kind of cool, honestly, but ultimately the problem is it's a very light armor, so it doesn't have very much armor, and I just don't think it's worth it in turn-based mode to give up the increased armor for the initiative, even if it comes with some decent upgrades. Maybe once I've got the prerequisites to make just immunity to might afflictions or something, maybe that'll become worth it. But not for now.
Trouble up ahead.
Oh, I should actually read this. I read it last time. Or tried to. These are hard to read. Eulogy to Isir of the Gate. Amne ought to be bragging needless now, but 'tis important that a keep con how full of life, strong and devout Isir was, for a Barathian priest. Together by his side in glorious battles fought to Barath's honor, a gutted countless undead with misspear. For near 20 years, Isir fought to keep shut the gates of hell. Surely they will crash open with his passing. Losh, Borson, Lord of Hellgate. And I started trying to sneak out on my first attempt here, but they caught me. It does feel like if I was quicker I could do it, but I did the fight last time, so I want to do it this time, just because keep it as close as possible to the crash. It's supposed to be an Iron Man, but the mixture of the crashes and the fact that the game doesn't autosave.
Yeah?
I mean, some things end up getting played twice, unfortunately. I don't know. It's amazing to me I made it through all 49 sessions of PoE1 without a crash, and now I'm just getting them constantly. Well, constantly. It's happened twice since then. It's not constantly in around 10 days, but though that's more than I would like. But in addition to want to keep it the same, these dropped some decent vendor trash, so.
Yes?
What now?
I should.
A question, Watcher?
What can I do?
That's such a good AoE.
Yes.
Hey.
Lavaru beyond seek.
Good.
What do you need? That must have hurt.
Yes. Yeah.
Ah.
Hey.
A question, Watcher?
Oops. Targeted herself and she turned weird. Whoops, that was a mistake. Good thing it's an easy fight and mistakes won't be punished meaningfully.
Tell me. Death. It is no use. I cannot get through.
Lavaru beyond
Yep.
seek.
Okay. This skeleton stands rigid as stone and just as strong, eternally warding the crypt beyond. The skeleton's shoulders are squared for battle. Its fingers grip the rusted remains of a large mace. Above the skull, an eroded engraving on the wall depicts a kneeling woman raising a lantern. Call out her name, the Lady of Vigils. Your voice clangs through the caverns. It echoes again and again as the air around you grows heavy. Aidwin, a toll, a death knell. Aidwin, Lady of Vigils. A dark essence plumes up, coalescing into the air. Then it curls, sifting slowly into the skeleton's mouth. Empty eye sockets alight with flames. The skeleton shudders and rattles, head bowing forward. Its soul essence seeps into the door seals. This skeleton stands rigid as stone and just as strong, eternally warding the crypt beyond. The skeleton's chest is bowed outward from pride. Its stout-boned hands clutch the haft of a heavily adorned but battle-worn spear. Above the skull, an eroded engraving on the wall depicts a man standing triumphant under a great gate. Call out his name, the Lord of Heldengate. Your words reverberate in the darkness, echoing the skeleton back to life. Borthen, Lord of Helgengate. The sound becomes a thrum riding the air as his soul essence coalesces and curls around you. It prickles along your skin before snaking for the skeleton's mouth. Empty eye sockets alight with flames, the skeleton shudders and rattles, head bowing forward. Its soul essence seeps into the door's seals. The towering skeleton straightens his spine, and the sound of his bones shifting rattles around the cavern. A gilded sword rests strapped to his back, and in his hand he grips a massive flail with a heavy skull for a striking head.
Watcher!
Twin fires flicker in the pits of his blackened eye sockets, burning with a deadly intent.
Been more'n a middling life worth since my flails got bathed in bloody gore. Speak, then perish. Listen, you've a cause from birth to fare here.
The Death Guard drags the spiked skull head of his immense flail over the ground, gouging the stone at his feet. And then he hefts the flail's chain over his bony shoulders. Okay. Threaten me again, you moldy sack of bones. The skeleton stands still as death, magic billowing around him, burning up the air. For several moments, he only stares. Then his teeth clack loudly, and he hefts the flail from his shoulders, swinging it just short of your throat.
The dead feel no fear. You will come to be the same, a butt in your next and last breath.
And I agonized a bit over what to choose here, but ultimately I decided to attack him because while Chie is generally pretty diplomatic, I don't think she's a fan of the undead. He clacks a bone, shuddering step forward, then another. His otherworldly voice bellows an incantation to Barath, and the flames of his soul surge up, consuming the whole of his skeletal frame.
And you'll die now in the darkness!
Could be a
A question, Watcher?
Well, already different than last one, as they moved kind of over here last time for some reason.
What do you need?
Excellent.
What now?
Dire aim? Blessing. Dire blessing off. Yeah, they were bunched up much better for her to get a bunch of them with this last time. That's unfortunate. I definitely want to do that.
Who oppose the republics?
Oh, that's really bad. She paralyzed 3 people at her first turn on my last attempt. It would be hilarious if I died here after having beaten this without any sort of difficulty at all last time. With that. Yeah, then we'll do that on you.
Come on!
And it missed again. Yeah, that hit last time, which I think was pretty substantial benefit to me then. That's not good. This is already going so much worse.
Hey.
I'm here.
Che? Meri publices, per Milanis.
Okay, good.
Stand together.
Really like these all to get bunched up. We're already in a good position for a holy radiance, at least.
What can I do?
I would have liked the Lady of Vigils to come down. Doesn't seem to want to.
As you wish.
Hey.
Hmm?
Tell me. Sacritu!
Nice. Wish she came closer, but better than nothing, I guess.
How might I assist?
Of course, she didn't get this watchful presence. None of them did last time. That's... Well, it was only on her, at least. That's good.
What can I do?
Nice.
Ah.
Lavru, be on
Yeah? I hope nobody saw that.
Yeah? Lavru, be on question, Watcher? I'm here.
Good hit. I should be able to finish it off just with a hit.
Very well.
Nice.
Something I can do?
Yeah, I mean, it started going a bit worse than the last time, but it's ended up going just as well or better.
Tell me. It is no use. I cannot get through.
Never you mind that, miss. I'll land the next one. How might I assist? Happy to oblige. Lavru, be
Yeah, I
on
didn't think that it hit, but would have killed if it did, so it felt worth a shot.
Yes?
Tell me. Madico, I need to try something else.
Yes?
Alright.
As you wish.
Alright, I looked at this flail last time and ultimately concluded it doesn't seem like anything I'm likely to use yet. This 10% chance to daze the target for a round and knock prone on scoring a hit is kind of interesting. I, of course, don't like 10% stuff. Empowered abilities with this weapon apply injuries to uninjured targets is kind of neat. The idea you can give an enemy an injury is kind of cool, but, like, the injuries just don't seem big enough for a single fight for, like, it to be worth using an empower on and for a single fight. The Marrow Drinker is more interesting. Every time you kill something, get plus 10 max health until end of combat. There are definitely fights with a lot of weak adds, and especially if it works on, like, summons. In fact, I could have an interesting synergy with the bow that creates a bunch of infinite summons. If assuming it even works with those. Farm your max health up. But ultimately, doesn't seem like something I'm going to use anytime soon, and perhaps not ever. He did, however, drop a superb plate armor, which is just a nice slot-in replacement for Pelagina, and I like the look of it on her. Eulogy to Ithir the Sword, quest item. 'Tis too soon. Such pain cannot be fathomed. Wolf seeth gnawing at my ribs. Burn in fever, this devour in flames. A troll devour that cannot be broken to Barath. To slay the undead. Hunted Riven far to near to deep in the Deadfire. Recovered the Sword of Souls, and should have killed Riven in battle at Duskin Isle, as I killed her ear. But instead I was struck silence. Forgat the current to the temple, sepultures are ne'er sought, and it lying in a grave, captive to the pallid night. Now I cannot keep a grip on the sword. It towels and 'twill be taken off, if in a die, wielded as a wound, hurt some caw again, Barath. I cannot die in failure. Will na die, will na die, will na die. Have to see Riven suffer, have to ward Barath's sacred weapon. Alright, and the sacred weapon was another thing I looted. It was this, Engoliero do Espirs. Belonging to the royal family of Grand Vilia, this Deathstalk's name roughly translates to the Devourer of Souls. It was brought to the Deadfire by Lucia Rivan, a Darkosi paladin charged with protecting the blade. Try as you might, you cannot free the weapon from its scabbard.
This luminous Audra ought to be able to take my soul's watcher. What do you say?
No, not now. Interacting with that Audra reminded me that I had promised, or I had talked with her about having her souls be given to the Animancers, so after I fought my way out of here,
Trouble up ahead.
as I will do in a second, I headed to the Animancers above to try to give her souls to them, and that is when my computer crashed.
Yeah?
So I am pretty close to caught up with where the crash happened already. Oh, I took a bit longer to get there the first time, naturally.
Death! It is no use. I cannot get through.
Yeah?
What can I do?
Sacré blue!
A question, Watcher?
Yeah?
Ah. Sacré blue!
Yeah? Lavaru beyond seek! Hogwash!
Indeed.
Mm-hmm. Lavaru beyond seek!
I am ready.
Hmm? Yes. Happy to oblige. Lavaru beyond
Nice hit,
Yeah.
Shoti.
I'm here. It's no use.
Okay.
Didn't think I was going to survive that. Alrighty, out of here.
Hope you're keeping busy, Watcher. We're still running some small tests. Not quite ready for the real thing. What can I do for you?
Shoti has some souls she'd like to give you.
Like might be a strong word for it, but I'll do it. If you can meet my conditions.
Surly, she crosses her arms over her chest.
It's a thoughtful gift? But why? What has brought this on?
Gon has shown me the coming end. Darkness will fall upon Hell, beginning an extended season of death with no rebirth for any of us.
Alright, I knew I shouldn't have asked. How do you fit into this, Watcher?
And here I struggled. This was the last dialogue option I chose before the crash, I think, and I want to take 3. Shoti's crazy, but I'm sure you can use the essence for something, but I don't want to call her crazy in front of her. It seems rude. She does seem a bit crazy, and I am skeptical of... I mean, I suppose I shouldn't be. It's a fantasy thing, and her hallucinations could be just as real as the Watcher's stuff. But it doesn't seem to be to me, somehow. But yeah, Shoti's a Soul Reaper. She can gather lost souls into her lantern and deliver them regularly to you.
But only if you promise to treat them well. Ensure their cycles continue in the natural manner.
Right. You do realize that the essence isn't actually a... Never mind. Thank you, Shodi. I promise to treat them with dignity. We can... put them in this device over here.
One last thing. How much is this gonna hurt? No, wait. Don't even tell me. Just lead the way.
Shoulders squared, Shoti stalked up to the gleaming copper and Adra repository.
You ready for this grand merger of faith and science?
Elegina enjoys this.
Animancers, if you got any energy vision goggles, you might want to don them now. And if anyone's afraid of a little light show, I'd suggest you take a healthy step back.
She rubs her hands together, drubs her palms against her hips, and snatches up her lantern, eager, ready. She wriggles her shoulders and pops her neck, stance subtly widening. Careful, please. Flushing prettily, she glances over her shoulder just long enough to blow you a sloppy, wet-looking kiss.
Long as you're watching my back, I'll be fine.
As she exhales those last words, she presses one palm flat to the cold expanse of gem-like growth. Fingers trembling, and like a firework going off, the light from her lantern flares blindingly bright. Electricity, no, hypercharged soul energy, whips across the air, lashing open Shoti's skin, traveling the pathway of 1,000 branching veins and capillaries. The strike bursts Shoti bloody from face to neck to arms and lower, and she screams, her voice a secondary crack across the sky. Shoti was injured. I mean, only one injury. I'm gonna keep pressing. Release them.
I swear to the gods, I'm trying!
The words rattle from between clenched teeth, ripping from her convulsing body, but she doesn't let go of the Adra that's searing her palm. The lantern trembles so violently it nearly cracks, but then a massive wave of purple essence rushes from the lantern. It swirls up and around the Adra, crashing along the glimmering surface before being sucked inside. The Adra pulses brighter, then darker, then even brighter, blinding. There's a howling, and then the Adra cracks, and a jagged shard tumbles to the ground.
Ugh, son of a god's darn motherless cur! That hurt worse than a back-to-back whooping from Uncle Angbert's quarterstaff. Hell! And I only gotta do it again and again on cycle until the day I die?
You don't have to do anything you don't want to.
Ugh, but the guild says I do. I can't turn my back on my purpose any more than I could Aora in need.
Elegina purses her lips and nods.
I never did want to take the easy route.
He nods.
I'll keep reaping more souls then. Do my duty till I fall to dirt and bones. Never you worry, though. I'll see to dumping my lantern in the future on my own. Thank you for finding me a way to handle my burden, even if it does involve the occasional jolt of pain.
Chest heaving, Shoti scrabbles for the azure shard embedded in the ground. The crystal, slick with blood from her palm, she shoves into her pocket. Then she shakes her head. You have gained a quest item, Luminous Adra Mantle. This small shard of Luminous Adra glows with soul energy. Though obviously shorn from a larger piece, it has the appearance of being tooled, as though for a specific purpose. Perhaps it could be used to improve upon Shoti's lantern.
Darn if I don't feel so light I could float away.
Shoti casts an odd look to her darkened lantern before turning you a whimsical smile. Doing any better?
My bones are still a little jangly. But yeah, I think I am. I don't know if this is what Gon planned for me, but I'd like to think we did right by these souls.
Elegina does not like that.
We're bringing light to the darkness. Ensuring spring follows the common fall.
She dusts her hands on her hips before setting off at a determined clip. Okay, so what's unlocked as far as her lantern upgrades is concerned? Yeah, we could give it the Shield of the, or Light of the Dawnstar. Grants Light of the Dawnstar. Aura gives nearby allies a chance to resist incoming spells. The chance increases with the wielder's religion skill. Well, I have been pumping her religion, and it's 5% resistance to spells, so looks like there's no reason not to put that on. Need to keep my eye out for pyrite. Okay, so now it's up to 8 per... Well, it says 0.1 base plus 0 religion. What does that mean? She has religion, right? She has high religion. Yeah, her religion is 7 base and up to 12 with all of the buffs. How on earth did these various scales with skill things work? What does it even mean base? Like, presumably a 0.1 base would be 10%. Or 1%, or 0.1%. Like, one of those three things would make sense, but then plus 0, I don't know. I really wish the tooltips in this game made any sense. Well, that at least does. See, does yours make sense yet to me? Is your 5% damage as burn increases with metaphysics? No, it doesn't. I can't even hover over the 5% to get more info like I can on her lantern thing, at least. Even if the info on her lantern is baffling. Remember, I got that in the fight. I want to do that. What's this? Soul of the Scroll of Embrace of the Earth Talon. A large AoE paralyze attack. Okay. Oh, not large. It's only 1.5. Good damage. Not great accuracy. But potentially nice. Probably better than the minor blights that I never use. And of course I'm paranoid now that the game's going to crash, or my computer's going to crash again, which makes me want to save, but I can't do so because it's Path of Iron. So realistically, I have never seen my computer crash shortly after booting. It has always been after multiple cycles of going to sleep and waking up, which partially makes me think it might be sleep, and also makes me think I really should just reboot it before I start recording any further sessions. To be sure it doesn't happen again. Or if it does happen again, it will confirm that sleep has nothing to do with it. One of the two. What to do next? Pelagina wanted to find that fellow who specialized in godlikes, and I think that was leading me towards the, can't remember what it's called, the one district we've not been to here. The Man of Chimes, was it? Yes. Search for Giacolo at the Hole. In the Gullet, that's what it's called. Alright, the hole is an inn in the Gullet. We should head there. Sure, we have to go to the Gullet eventually. I've been avoiding it because I wanted to, like, partition off Nekataka into smaller bits so it would feel less, I don't know, intimidating to me to start doing side quests here rather than it being one big overwhelming entity. But it's been long enough. You leave the bustle of the crowds behind, making your way along the winding path into the gullet. For a time, the path ascends the mountain. Even so, the cramped walls and rundown Juana buildings close in around you, obscuring your view. You come to a dark passage, cutting through the mountain just wide enough to accommodate a wagon. The path here descends steadily into the rock face. After a lengthy journey through the dimly lit tunnel, you come to the gates of the gullet. The stench hits you first, a foul mixture of rot, stale air, and bodily odors. You notice a guardsman pushing a cart, heaped high with moldering food, which must account for some of the smell. Ahead, the homes of the gullet emerge as a collection of lights amid the darkness. You hear the rush of water below, and a frigid breeze wafts up from the unseen depths like an exhalation. That did not feel like it needed a storyboard sequence just to say,
I did nothing!
essentially, that the gullet stinks. You see a man being dragged along a rickety boardwalk along a rusty cage that swings over the abyss. He strains against the guard's grip. The guard delivers a savage backhand.
Enough! Or do you wish to consign her to the old city as well?
The warrior casts a meaningful glance at a woman standing a short distance away.
Let him go!
She screams at the guards, but she doesn't dare approach. The man notices her. His face lights up with shame.
Bia! I'm sorry!
Your tongue flops like a dying fish. I tire of its stink. Lower him down!
The guards drag the Roparu into a metal cage and lock him inside. He shouts and rattles the bars as it is lowered over the edge of the platform. Eventually, his screams are lost to the depths.
May Tangaloa devour your souls, you cold-blooded eels.
I really like the sound of Tangaloa. It really just rolls off the tongue.
Be careful. The gullet is no place for outsiders.
The guard folds his arms, watching the activity on the walkways through slitted eyes. Coral piercing juts from his lower lip. He notices you with a sharp nod. Why was that man sent below?
Otaro? He associated with foreign criminals.
He spits. The gob of saliva is just one more splotch on the weathered and mottled boards.
I cannot be certain about Biha, so I let her go. But I will be watching her. These wicked sorts overrun the gullet and corrupt the Roparu. Our justice must be swift and firm.
Where does this lift go?
To the old city, Ikira. A god's cursed ruin filled with walking corpses and abominations of the deep. And the remains of lawbreakers and troublemakers. The gullet is no place to wander. Watch yourself for rowdies and pirates.
Into the hole.
The
How
scum
did you
of
hear
Derry.
that about the boss?
With my own ears. Dario said there's treasures in that pit.
Shh! Have you lost your wits?
Yeah, what pit? Tell me about it. An Orlan covered toe to ear covered toe to ear tip in sable fur, leans against the bar counting change. She gives you a wide, easy smile when she notices your approach, then slips the coins into her pocket with a wink.
Hey, fresh face. Welcome to the hole. Just got 2 rules, yeah? Keep your hands to yourself, and don't fall in. Need something?
First, let's just see
what you need.
Got some rooms?
I've got just the thing for you, fresh face. Just the thing. Do you prefer spider-free or spider-full?
Oh, stealth, streetwise, sleight of hand. That could be handy to know about. I don't really need that right away, but I don't want to go all the way back to Queed's birth to get the better rest there. But I do have an injury on Shoti I want to heal, so I guess we'll take it.
Need something?
What else you got?
What you need? I've got just...
You could hire more people for my ship, but I don't have any need of them. I've got more than I have use for already. Retrain, party Mac. Yes, nothing else of interest, really. Swap to somebody else if I wanted. Good to know. Alright, and regular shopping. What you got here? I actually do think I need to get some hardtacks. I'll do that while I'm here. How much is 500? Can I just buy the max? It's only $1,000. You know what? Yeah. Let's just do 500 hardtack, 500 hard. Can I do 1,000? There, 999 plus hardtack. There, 3 grand gone, but whatever. Got food that I don't need to worry about accidentally starving my sailors in the future. I bought less water because I, for some reason, thought I had more water to begin with, but apparently not. Oh well, whatever. 900 is probably enough for a good long time.
Need something?
Have you seen a man named Giacolo?
Lots of folks come through the hole, fresh face. Have a look around for yourself, yeah?
Fair enough.
What would you call the color on that meat? Ash?
I've got a pig named Onyx. +1 perception and defense against disease. Nah.
Why do you bother me, little kith?
Hey, I'm not little.
You're all little to me.
She squints, her broad, sloping brow wrinkling in consternation.
Little and squishy.
You enjoy working here?
No.
She hawks a fat gobbet of spit. Lands beside the food she's preparing and splatters.
The gullet reeks of illness. The beds are too small. An imp tried to nest in my hair. And Firna, the tavern keeper, refuses to give me more than 1 day off a month. How am I supposed to hunt when I am chained to this stove?
She scrunches her face into a grimace.
Maybe I'll become a pirate. Get myself a bird and an eye patch.
Well, you could join my crew.
How do you mean?
You know, like on a boat.
I'm not daft, you condescending little mite. Tell me why, and in what capacity, I should join your crew.
Hefting her tenderizer high, she slams it down on a dubious-looking piece of meat. It makes a wet splop sound. My crew hunts a god, and they need someone to feed them.
You're after the Audra Colossus? Well, I wouldn't mind sailing in his wake.
She gives you an exaggerated wink. Oh, will you join my crew?
I don't work for free.
She grunts. Here's 450 copper. Will this satisfy you? He examines your coins for a moment. They look tiny in her giant hands, almost like a child's plaything. She shrugs.
This will do. For now.
He pats her meat tenderizer thoughtfully and gives you a small nod. Shame she can't join me as a regular companion. I mean, an ogre would be...
Cautious.
Probably make a really good fighter. Let's see, she is 1 cook, 1 helmsman. I'm gonna just put her on the ship in case it pulls random people in for the various shipboard fights. She's probably better off than some of these people. For that matter, so is the worthless idiot. That.
Keep it down.
I needed a carapace for one of the upgrades I wanted to do. Was it this one? I think it was. Yes, +5 accuracy with unarmed. Again, I don't know. Part of me thinks that it's possible my bashing attacks count as unarmed, and therefore that would be nice. And I'm never actually going to do unarmed attacks, so it really doesn't matter if it doesn't. There we go. Now this thing is fully upgraded, short of making it legendary. It did, yes. That gave +5 precision striker from Tuatio's palm. Shame it wasn't, like, penetration. That would have been nice. But I do not have much. Although the transcendent suffering helps. How much is that? As a multi-class, it'll probably always be a bit behind what it needs to be to really penetrate current enemies, but I assume this scales with power level. It does not say so there. Aha, it does here. Yeah, +1 from monk power level already. And my power level is what? 2, 3. So maybe it's every other power level it gets +1 and it rounds down. That'll be my guess.
Real quiet. Now.
Mostly I'm just happy that the little plus that says, hey, enchant me is now going to be gone and for quite some time. Vithrak? Kiss. I wonder if the fact that I, like, freed a whole, like, Vithrak's sect or whatever in the previous game will ever come up. Seduzo. This Rawatian sits ramrod straight. On the table near her are a half-empty liquor bottle and a small porcelain cup. Both smell of anise. She looks like she's trying to blend in, but her unnatural stillness and her bright, spotless attire make her stand out like a reef fish against the rocks. Her eyes find yours.
Harami!
I am here, Seduzo Nui.
Do we expect any foreign merchants today?
Seduzo keeps her eyes on you even as she speaks to the soldier. There is only a brief pause.
We do not, Seduzo Nui.
The captain shifts uncomfortably.
Then state your business quickly. I want to avoid another surprise.
She glances around quickly, as if she expects someone to jump out of another corner of the tavern. And what's your business in Nekataka?
Nearly done, I hope. I sold a consignment of iron and cultural coral, and will return to Rawatai with Vorals, Merkberries, and Ondra stars.
She shifts in her chair, tugging at her conspicuously clean and bright clothes. Ah, I see. She's not working with the Brass Citadel, so she's here hiding. You seem nervous. Does the Royal with the Deadfire Company. Does the Royal Deadfire Company know you're trading here? She sets her glass down with a loud clatter.
The Royal Deadfire Company would frown on business in this district, but there's no harm if they don't know.
She laughs nervously.
What is your business with me?
Nothing. As far as I can tell, you just had a name, so I talked to you.
Oh no. This does not look good.
Elegina surveys the damage to the room, eyes wide.
Why would someone do this to Jocolo's work? I thought Animansus was safe here in the Deadfire. Even in a place this vile, someone must have heard or seen something. We should ask the owner if they know what happened.
Of course, we'll find Jocolo. Don't worry.
I hope so. Agrasima. Watcher, if you have a moment, I'd like to tell you something.
Yeah, what is it?
I appreciate that you have been helping me. Helping the Republics.
Yeah.
I know that you have an important purpose in the Deadfire. And that purpose is not the same as ours. Still, I hope you can see the potential the Republics have to do good here.
Well, there might be potential, but the situation is complicated.
Quite. But I trust you will continue to support us in the future.
She smiles and nods faintly to you, but a whisper of suspicion twitches into the corner of her mouth.
Corres.
Don't know why that's not stealing, but sure. A dwarf sits before a generous and curious spread. Steamed mussels arranged in concentric circles, rounds of flatbread stacked in a neat tower, and melons sliced in even triangles. Yet his attention is focused on the 4 cups and the bottle in front of him. He has the cups organized in an almost perfect square around the bottle, but as you look on, he leans down to adjust one. The others with him wait quietly and observe the ritual. Suppose I shall do the same. Holding his breath, he takes the bottle and measures an equal serving of wine into the cups, making 3 or 4 passes over each. His companions look on with practiced patience.
Don't see why you'd spend all that time arranging your food if you aren't making it look like a funny face.
At last, the bottle is empty, and he places it in the exact center of the square. He picks it up and puts it down in the same spot twice more before he's satisfied.
Cheers.
They all take their cups and drink deeply. At last, the leader turns to you.
What do you require?
I brought you to the Deadfire.
We had a contract with the Valian Trading Company to defend one of their most valuable properties.
He glows with pride.
If you're looking for work, I hardly recommend them. They pay well, and they pay on time.
He raises his cup, and his companions do likewise.
Well, as long as I don't get... Guess that wasn't so hard.
Alright. Apparently I'm allowed to just pick locks without it counting as illegal here, too. Found the dog Deus. Plus 1 con, and party gets 10 health restored when they kill something. Not very interesting. Alright, let's see if Firga knows anything about... or Ferna knows anything about...
Need
Jackalo.
something?
What happened to Jackalo? His room's a mess.
Can't say I know a Jackalo, fresh face, but if you're meaning that guy with all the fancy and a schmancy equipment, bunch of pirates burst in here and dragged him right out. Now, the hole's no high society tea house, but that's still some of the weirdest shit I ever seen go down here. See, the pirates, every one of them was godlike. No doubt they hauled him through the Narrows. Heard him hollering the whole way. Poor guy.
Alright. Gotta find the Narrows. Oh, random cutscene. A man saunters over to you with a jagged smile. He's got a long, crooked scar on his forearm, and he's rolled his sleeves up to flaunt it.
You must be new. Lucky for you, we have a special rate for newcomers. A bag of coppers, in exchange for your life.
He brandishes a knife. One of his companions grins widely enough to show you all of his missing teeth. But the way they're all gathered around you, leaving their own backs exposed, tells you they haven't been here long either. Crack your knuckles. Well, this'll be fun. The thugs look at one another and exchange a few panicked whispers.
It seems we've made a mistake. Forgive and forget, no?
He smiles, backing away. They hurry off and disappear back into the crowd.
Interesting.
Item $600 hidden beneath the dirt and mildew. These carvings look finely detailed and very old.
They took him. For what? Bataro's the second this month.
And they say the pittings aren't increasing. Do they lie to themselves or just to us? At this rate, who'll be left to suffer the Mataru's ire?
Alright, who's Enoi? Let's see what that's about.
Hamarias, happy to oblige.
I hear you.
My eyes are yours.
Yeah, nothing of particular substance. An elderly Roparu man squints in your direction before blinking profusely. He hobbles closer, bare feet slapping the splintered floorboards of his abode.
What say you, girl?
He peers steadily into your face, blinking faster all the while. The man's arms are thin as sticks. What teeth he has are yellowed or black from years of malnourishment. Can you see me? How do you know who I am?
I see much and many things. I simply do not look with these eyes in the same manner that others do. I have heard much as well. People speak of your kindness, Watcher who chases Aethus. I also hear the Raparu's heartbeat, grown thready and pained. Now a Watcher comes to the gullet, as Amira has shown me you would.
What's causing the Raparu such pain?
The Raparu are being crushed from the top. We starve so slowly, it is an agony.
No one deserves to suffer. Not like this.
Indeed. The old man shrugs.
This is the Huana way. The fish of our nets are drawn for the tribe. The fruit of our fields, too, is reaped for the tribe. And the coin of our pockets belongs not to one, but to all. All spoils are gifted to the whole of the tribe. The tribe then partakes from the top down, from the most deserving to the least.
And what makes the Roparu the least deserving?
The Mataru risk their lives to protect the tribe. The Kuaru provided skilled goods and services. The tribe takes care of the Raparu more than we contribute to the tribe. Or it did, before our numbers swelled too large. The Dawn Stars would feed us, but the guards forbid them to pervert the order of sharing. There was a man who helped us, a soft-hearted pirate named Ulug. He worked with the Principe captain. Mad Morena, they call her, to bring us food from the black market. But for days now, we've had nothing.
Any idea what happened?
Ulug was never late with his shipments. Always very conscientious. A good boy. For him to disappear for several days without word, he must be dead. The Queen refuses to increase our share of the prize share. Without Ulug's shipments, we will surely starve. I am asking you, what else can we do?
Looks like the easiest thing would be to go back to the Dawn Stars.
That is a fine idea. When it comes to mission work, my brethren are always happy to help.
Some of the less crazy ones, hopefully.
He cants his gaze to the side, eyes wandering.
Peatly is a child of the Dawn Stars, and has become the Gullet's most cherished healer. I believe she would willingly hear your request for charity.
With a stiff bow, the elder Roparu begs his leave. It's my understanding the difficulty was that leadership, presumably the Queen, refused to allow the Dawn Stars to help, so it shouldn't be that we talk to Pitley, it would seem. We'd need to talk to the Queen and convince her to allow the Dawn Stars to help. Well, the guards forbade them to pervert it. Presumably, that comes from the Queen. But it might not. It might be a local contingent of the guards just making decisions of their own.
Quietly now.
Apparently nothing in Thelus's home, other than some spider legs. Oh, here's Pitley's sanctuary. And a cat.
What's over there?
Cat named Ickis. +3 to all defenses against body or mind affliction attacks. And +3 to all defenses against poison or disease attacks. Kind of interesting, but not something I'm immediately excited to use. Oh, there's the Narrows. Let's check this out first. The woman bends over a pile of dried, bitter-smelling herbs. She's crushing and mashing them on a dirty scrap of parchment, coughing with effort. She steps in front of you to block your way, wiping a ragged sleeve across her rheumy, bloodshot eyes. As she does, her hood slips and you glimpse 3 faded stars on her forehead, the emblem of the Children of the Dawn Stars.
Peatly? Good gone, I nearly didn't recognize you. You look more death-warmed over than Dawnstar.
I didn't see you there, Shody. Listen, you and your friends should move along.
She turns her head and stifles a croupy cough.
I'm not feeling so good, and I'd hate to get you sick.
Are you ill? You hear a muffled hacking and the unsteady rhythm of labored, wheezing breaths coming from the back of the room.
Nothing a little ginger root and some bed rest won't cure. Please, let me be.
She takes another step, blocking your view of the room beyond. The herbs on the table and give off an odor that scratches your throat. I'm guessing this was like some sort of alchemy check. Blood moss and cave coral. That combination clears mucus from the lungs. Someone must be very sick.
Could use your skill at the Temple of Gone.
Her chuckle turns into a cough.
Could use it here.
She wipes a fleck of blood from her mouth.
There's some sick Raparu in the back. Not much I can do for them now besides keep them comfortable.
She looks at the crimson speckle on her wrist.
And hidden.
This is hardly a proper sanitarium. But at least they are isolated from others.
It's better than leaving them to wander the district. I can give them a dignified death, if nothing else.
Why are you hiding sick people? I mean, what I want to ask is there anything I can do to help them, but hopefully this will open up something like that.
Because they've got Drowner's lung. Spreads like gossip and kills even faster.
Go on.
I heard some Raparu had gotten sick, so I brought them here to care for them. City healers don't come down here.
She frowns and gives her nose a vicious swipe.
Realized what it was when I heard the rattle in their chests. The way they gasped for air.
She wipes the back of her hand on her leg and shudders.
Only cure is an elixir made with pine seed oil. It costs a lot, though not nearly as much as an epidemic. Still, if news of this outbreak gets out, these poor souls will get tossed into the old city. No one with any money in Nekataka spends it on the Raparu.
Is there any way I could get a cure?
You can get nearly anything on Delver's Row. Only trouble is finding it, and paying for it. Unfortunately, the children of the Dawnstars don't have many connections in this part of town.
She turns away, whooping and hacking into her arm.
But you might. Not meaning any offense, just that you seem like someone who's comfortable on that side of town. If not, I bet you could find someone at the tavern who knows where Delver's Row is. Criminal types like to wet their throats after a long day of lying, cheating, and stealing.
She chuckles herself into another coughing fit. I was told you may be able to... I mean, I kind of want to deal with the sickness before bringing that up. It feels rude. Even though it's probably more time efficient to bring this up immediately. I'm going to try dealing with this illness first.
What's over there?
¿Qué?
I need to get into Delver's Row. And I don't know anybody that I saw in the tavern that seemed likely to be criminalized.
If I collapse, just drag me on a rope.
This why you always got dirt in your hair?
What? You mean the grave dirt?
I wonder if I took to worshiping Andra, if she could make me forget what I just heard.
Yeah, I guess the Rawataian captain lady who
That
doesn't
Dawnstar
want the...
may be able to help. What say?
Help how? Poison me? Akira, no thanks.
And that doesn't want the Deadfire company to know what she's up to might have some connections. Failing that, I think the old guy, Inoi, would be more likely.
Traveler, have you any food? Surely you've a scrap to spare.
The gaunt Raparu woman grabs for your leg. She paws at you with a weak grip, fingers bone-thin and trembling.
Mercy, traveler. Never have I been so hungry.
I'll give her some food, sure. The woman snatches the food from your hands with surprising speed, her eyes darting a glance for any onlookers before she shoves it between her teeth. She gnaws desperately, swallows, chokes, chews again, and speaks with the mouth half full from the next bite. You gave her some aged shark meat, apparently.
Thank you. I'll share it, I swear. Thank you, traveler.
I mean, honestly, with how cheap hardtack is, I think I could personally feed this entire district for at least a couple of weeks, maybe a month. See no reason not to if it gave me the option. Can you tell me how to get to Delver's Row?
The black market. I have heard of it, but I have never been. I prefer to keep my head on my shoulders, Akira. But perhaps the village elder will point you down the right path. He is called Anoi. You can find him in his home.
Yeah, that does seem likely.
If Anoi cannot help you, ask after Firna. She's the tavern keeper at the Hole. Her ears hear many secrets.
She seemed very dedicated to not sharing information last time, but worth a shot. I don't want to ask about her access to food. We've already got the whole spiel from Enoi. Look, there's food right there, assuming razor gills are edible. Half-eaten food scraps litter the pile. A rancid stench rises from it. Yeah. Alright. Another load screen into Enoi to chat. And the old man grimaces. Some attempt at a smile. He inclines his head to you, indicating he's aware of your presence. I'm looking for a place called Delver's Row.
You mean the black market that lies nestled in the depths of the Narrows? The guards do their best to stomp it out, but they are a single boot against 1,000 ants. I do not know how to get there, but someone at the tavern might.
Alright, farewell. Guess I should have went straight to the innkeep. She seemed so unwilling to give me information before that it seemed the least decent option, but maybe I can throw some coins at her.
Need something?
Yeah, I need a way to Delver's Row.
No doubt you'd fit right in. But getting there? That's dangerous business, Freshface. But it ain't none of my business, I suppose. If you're dead set on dying, you'll find Delver's Row in the Narrows. Those twisty alleys carved into the mountain on the west side of the gullet. You've got to make your own way from there. Dario will skin me if I say any more.
This top option sounds like it might give me the information, but it seems weird. Well, let's start with who's Dario.
You stick around the gullet long enough, you might find out. You've got to make your own way from there. Dario will skin me if I say any more.
Nobody knows what Ferna knows, except that she's loyal to the gullet.
Folks on the bottom gotta work together to get out from under those on top. I hear you, Freshface.
She favors you with a wink and a buck-toothed grin.
I'll tell you how to get there without getting yourself dead first.
She winks.
Take a right the first chance you get. Then keep going forward until you see a merchant stall. Look close. There's a secret hallway behind a curtain there. That's your entrance.
Okay, let's write this down. I don't have a functioning memory. Right. And then forward until merchant stall. And then secret entrance behind curtain. Okay. Behind curtain. Probably should be able to remember that little on my own, but I don't trust it.
I don't need to tell you this, but all the same, you'd best watch yourself in Delver's Row. The crooks there will kill you just as soon as cheat you out of everything you own. If Dario doesn't gut you first.
Well, that was all I needed to know. You enter a dim alleyway that reeks of urine and torch smoke. A long passage stretches to your left and right. Shadows move in the guttering torchlight, but they're nothing more than shapes at this distance. The chatter and bustle of the gullet continues behind you. Well, I mean, I'm supposed to go right. That does kind of mean I should go left first to explore. This tunnel ends, but another branches off. The only sounds are the crackling of torches and the steady drip of water. Alright, go right. Come to a door. It's as solid as the stone around it, with no handle and no knob. It's deathly quiet on the other side. You rap gently on the door, and the sound echoes as if in a wide, empty space. I turn around. I guess then we'd be left. The alley winds on ahead of you. To the right, you hear the din of a multitude. Smell the musk of many. Oh, I've already gotten myself lost, I think. Go forward. You trudge along the darkened passage and reach an intersection. The tunnel branches off to the right. You hear a distant murmur of voices down the darkened path, but see no one. I guess go right. The tunnel branches to the left. The floor around the entrance is spattered with something as thick and dark as tar. It looks like Sveth. Go left. A handful of guards emerge and block your way, crossing their thick arms over their chests. One of them spits a viscous black glob at your feet. He rolls a dark plug between his teeth. Better head back, friend. It's invitation only past here. Part of me's tempted to just fight my way in, but alright. Alright. On your left is an abandoned merchant stall displaying cheap jewelry. The path continues ahead. Inspect. Laid out are various trinkets made from junk, necklaces strung with fish bones and shoe buckles, and bracelets made with shards of broken glass. But the curtain sways and flaps as if stirred by a draft. You twitch it aside and discover a secret passageway. On your left, yada yada yada. Alright, go to the curtain. You check the tunnel one more time to make sure no one is watching. Then you slip behind the curtain and into another passageway. You're walking along when several hooded figures materialize out of the darkness. Not so fast. You gotta pay a toll if you want to visit Delver's Row. Good folk. Open markets are vital to a healthy economy. Would you turn away a paying customer? They look at each other and shrug. You know, last time I came through here, there was a man with a scar. I paid him. They shrug and stand aside. You continue on, and the rough stone changes to smooth cobbles under your feet. One lamplight shivers ahead, as yellow and tremulous as fear itself. Before you is a narrow cavern that writhes with shadows and echoes with the music of jingling coins. Alright, enter. Oh, somebody gained a level. Pelagina, eh? Was she lower than everybody else, or does she somehow get ahead of us all? She has somehow gotten ahead of... How did she gain... like 2,500 experience over everybody else? Is she the only one that gained the experience for, like, discovering Giacolo's death room or something? That's neat. Weird, but neat. Alright. She is the first to hit power level 4. The bridemen slew 30 before they crossed half the hall. Ally and self, strong and steadfast, eh? Interesting that when you look at the upgraded version, it changes it to +5, plus might, plus con. So the change is only supposed to be killing blows while under the effect extend its duration. That is confusing, because it's Might and Resolve. Now we got Might, Con, and Resolve. But this part still just says Strong and Steadfast. Where's the Con coming from? Is it a tooltip error, or does it actually give those bonuses and it forgets to mention it? I mean, one way or another, it's a tooltip error of a sort. Okay, just plus 10 deflection and friendly aura. Meters to different? No, they're all the same radius, okay. Weakened. Tumbling. Because I could see just alternating Ancient Memory with the deflection one. I think she's probably got enough Linger, or shortly will, that they would both be up more or less permanent. And then I'll upgrade our Paralyze. Although, actually, if I upgrade it, it makes the phrase cost go up, I think. Well, it doesn't seem to say it does here, but in other cases, I could have sworn I've seen it doing so. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh. When the paralyzation ends, they become frightened, yeah. I mean, the frightened's really good. -3 power level, -5 resolve. Cannot use hostile abilities. Phenomenal. Wait, what's going on? I have something else selected now. She's getting 2 abilities, right? No, she's only getting 1 ability because she has 2 classes. Ha 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 ha. Well, if that's the case, I think I will start with this one. Yeah. And here we've got Iron Gut, resistance to Con, that's not bad. Resistance to Perception. Plus 1 to Max Zeal, Resistance to Intellect. Geez, you can get resistance to 3 things from being a paladin, that's pretty cool. Plus Pen with Fire. Liberating Exhortation. Hostile effects suspended for 3 rounds and Steadfast for 3 rounds, and it's a free action. That's pretty good. She does usually use all of her Zeal, and it costs 2, just because she pretty much spams Flames of Devotion after hitting the important targets with Sworn Enemy. Similarly, I like the idea of having a Reviving Exhortation, especially since, again, it's apparently a free action. That's amazing. I'm not sure. Strong Inspiration added to it. Grants Fit. I kind of want to get probably this. +1 armor rating, +6 health per second, or per round. What's the other ones do? Hits to crits, not bad, but not whatever. Hits to grazes, that's not bad. Yeah, I'll get the regen for now. She already causes some regen, but that'll be even more of it. What's the radius on this again? 5. That's a slightly larger radius than her chant. That's interesting. I would have thought the chant would be the larger of the 2.
Great.
We got everything set up. Right. That, and then where's... How do I edit her socks again? I was reading that. Alright, there we go. Heals, plea. We'll do that the other way around. Defensive. Enorat. An Orlan woman stands over a table laden with herbs and spices. She mixes them without looking at her work, pausing now and then to raise a sprig or phial to her nose. You realize she is blind.
It's the smell of cardamom that drew you, no? Or perhaps the sting of fresh pepper. Or maybe you seek something with a stronger bite.
She swivels her ears, but her cloudy eyes do not find you. Now, I am looking for medicine to cure drowners, Long.
Then you'd best ask elsewhere.
She leans close and lowers her voice.
But careful. If the Mataru Overseer hears there's a sickness, might be he has more questions for you.
She raises her brows over sightless eyes. Alright, what do you sell?
Food, of course, and supplies for the road. Though most here come to me for poisons and venoms.
Alright, let's see what you got.
I have plenty. Though, if you're buying poison and ailment, mind you store them separate.
Interesting that she also just has some random fine and exceptional armor. Well, nothing that looks like of any particular interest. Might as well unburden myself of some junk. Alright, oh, 20 grand worth of garbage got out of those crypts. Not half
Eyes are
bad.
yours. Happy to oblige.
I really should stop pickpocketing things or look up how pickpocket actually works. For all I know, one of these days it's going to get me just absolutely destroyed.
Looking for something to sharpen the senses? To help you leave your sorrows behind? I got what you need.
Alright, let's see what you got. Nothing is what you've got. Okay. The body of this moon godlike woman is contorted in a death spasm. Her mouth is open, milky eyes staring, frozen in shock. Dressed in Principi leathers, she appears to have been a pirate. A small, intricate bronze and otter device lies next to her hand, cracked and blackened. The captain said to bring him, so you're bringing him. The old man hardly seems like a threat. But you trust the captain's judgment. The Animancer didn't want to go, put up as much of a fight as he could. Naudra said to give him a whack, so you gave him a whack. That shut him up, but carrying the old sack of bones is tiring. Just need to get him on the ship, and you can get some rest. You're in Delver's Row, passing through the market, when he starts to come to. He's not strong enough to break free. Still, you didn't think a wiry old Animancer could squirm so much. Per complenka net. He yells out to no one in particular. It's Delver's Row, so no one particularly cares. Ahead of you, Nauder's calling out for the old man to shut up. You'll have time enough to plead for mercy from Captain Titsaddle once we get to Dunnage. The death godlike's twin sister nods to you. You get the message. It's time for the Animancer to go back to sleep. You remove a hand from the old man to grab your club. He's weak, but the squirming is irritating. Wait, what's that odd little thing in his hand? I'll take that if you don't mind, and especially if you do. You laugh to yourself as you reach for it. The old man starts to stammer. No, There's a flash, and a powerful stench, like brimstone, and a sharp pain. Sharp, but quickly gone, no matter. Naudra and Naudra have already knocked the old man out. You move to help carry him, but can't seem to get your arms up. The twins are looking at something on the ground. You've always hated how you can't see their eyes. Captain says not to judge them. After all, would you want to be judged for how you look? Certainly not, Captain. Good point, as always, Captain. You follow where their heads are pointing. That's you on the ground, mouth open, eyes open. That weird little device smoldering next to your hand. That can't be right, though. You're here. The twins turn to go. They motion to the others to hurry along. You'll catch up. You just need to figure out how to move your arms.
What is it? What did you see?
A group of godlike pirates took Chicalo to Gunnage.
Madiko. Giacomo abducted by godlike pirates? But why? He has always done his best to help my kind. Watcher, I have asked much of you already. But if you can find time to go to Dunwich to find this Captain Tutzottle, it would mean a great deal to me. It did not sound as though he was in imminent danger, but I fear what they will do to him.
Seems like animancers aren't safe anywhere.
They are in the Republics. Even when Giacomo was not in someone's good graces, he was never in danger. Something strange is going on here. Perhaps it has something to do with his research. I am sure we will find out when we find Captain Tutzottle.
Swinging her lantern softly, Shoti lures the soul into its depths.
Dim in the lantern.
How might I assist?
Vendor trash. Money. And vendor trash.
At once.
This grizzled old Almawa woman looks like she's been left in the sun to dry. Her skin is so worn and weathered it's hard to tell her wrinkles from her scars.
You need a blade or a bludgeon or some sturdy armor. Umani has what you seek.
I do indeed. The old woman gives you a grin that multiplies the wrinkles on her face. Any idea what happened to that godlike in the alley? I mean, we already know, but I might as well ask.
Some sort of scuffle between a lone fellow and a pack of godlike pirates. The lone man didn't look like much of a fighter, but he proved old Umani wrong.
She nods towards the body and cackles.
The pirates were taking him toward the lift, to the Undercroft. They must have spoken with the guard there. Perhaps he could say more.
She points across the alley. I'm looking for medicine to cure drowners, Long.
Then you blunt your teeth talking to me. Go and see Ernesto. His shop is just across the way.
She points to the door across the tunnel. Alright, well, first show me what you've got.
Old Umani's stock is tested in the hands and throats of the fiercest sorts in the gullet. Never will you find a better selection.
Alright. Undying Burden. +1 athletics. Grants second wind. Does that mean it grants a second use of second wind? Because that could be neat. Incoming weapon damage is reduced as health is lost. Max of -10% and +2 con. I mean, that's just generally a pretty solid belt. Wreck View's Fractured Cask grants immortal will. The wearer is immune to interrupts while they carry one or more injuries. Like, no, would never really care for that. Gauntlets of Reliability. 15% misses converted to grazes with proficient weapons. Not bad. Not good enough to bother spending money on, but not bad. I like the belt, but that's about it. Who wants that belt? What are you using? +2 con, 15% of crits to hits. Yes. Do I have much athletics? Not terrible, right? No, it's pretty terrible. That's what. Doesn't tell me how much it heals in this one like it did in the last one. No,
What can I do?
Yeah. 34.5. Yeah, not worth it. Oh, Shoti, she's got lots of athletics. Yeah, she's not wearing a very good belt. There you go. More con. You now have.
Do like it.
It still says 1, so maybe it doesn't. I'd hoped it would let her use it twice, but shame. Unless there's a second one here. No. Oh, that's the wrong person.
Happy to oblige.
Ah, yeah, she has it listed twice. Whether that means I can use it twice or not, I do not know. Guess we'll find out when we get into combat. And yeah, Edwin has no belt, so the troll belt is better than no belt.
I'd be glad to.
I got another animal. Elgold. -20% Constitution Affliction duration, and 10 health restored on kill.
Something approaches.
Oh, she can unlock it. That's good.
Don't mind if I do. Easily done.
Oh. Witch Mask. Ability activated when wearer becomes bloodied. Grants Ringrim's repulsive visage. Foes become sickened and terrified. That's not bad. And just generally, she can use Ringrim's enervating terror. Foe AoE weakened and terrified. Once per rest. And +1 to all illusion power levels. Interesting. Can she get over here now? Nice. Yeah. +1 health restored, not just a health ring of regen. Only +1 is kind of
Don't mind
pathetic, considering that Trollhide Belt does the same thing and is incredibly common, but...
That's that then.
Nice. Obsidian lamp figurine. Ooh, that conjured a spirit in the last game. So it says you can pickpocket this item without detection. I guess so long as it says that, I'm safe. Not that it matters in this case, as I imagine this just unlocked one of the chests I already robbed. Alright.
As you wish.
Let's check what you've got for sale.
What is this Kith creature?
Guess they didn't record a line just in case you're a godlike. The Vithrak cocks its head and focuses its many eyes on you. Its strange companions also stare at you with unnatural intensity.
Ugh, it's making my skin crawl.
What secrets does it bring?
You feel a gentle scratching in your head. Another voice speaks directly into your mind.
Let us see. Let us see.
I don't want you in my head. The Vithrak withdraws, grinding one of its mandibles peevishly.
We wish to only see, to know, yet Kith hide and hoard their secrets.
The creature's probing psyche traces a question in your mind. Its strange companions stand perfectly still. I need supplies. If I hadn't just robbed him, I would probably be fine with him rifling around in my head. I wish I talked to him first. That's really weak, it sounds like. -2% action speed and damage to attacker for 2 rounds when wearer hit in melee. Like, 2% is so small. I like the idea of anytime it hits me, they have less damage going forward, but for only 2 rounds? Like, if this was for the rest of combat and it's stacked, it would still need to hit me 50 times before it's doing no damage. But at least it would be interesting to know that it has that sort of growth over time. Mortification, plus the max mortification. Zandeth's Dragon-Scaled Grimoire. Ooh, Zandeth's Draconic Fury. Just like enchant your weapons to do way more damage. And a chance to terrify for 5 rounds. That's not that bad. One's playing like a melee mage. But I'm not. And he doesn't appear to have anything else of worth, so. What are you doing in the gullet?
We dig. There are many mines here with many secrets, many depths with even more.
A city under a city.
Another in the ruins.
It teems with young secrets, rivalries and betrayals. We seek the older secrets, buried deeper and carved on weathered stone.
Ah, well, you'll tell me a secret? It snaps its mouth parts together in irritation.
Not when you have been such a miser with your own.
I could tell you a secret.
Yes.
I mean, the gods were created by the Angwithans. It stops and considers, one fang trembling. Feel it tasting your thoughts for the truth.
Yes. You have been generous with us.
The ogres nod slowly.
There is a place below the slums. Old, cold, and abandoned. Where the city swallows those it wishes forgotten. But this place was once part of the city. So was its temple. A site holy to the goddess of distant, forgotten things.
Its eyes gleam. Well, farewell. Ah, this was the fellow we were told might have what we're looking for.
You are looking for something, Ainika? Perhaps I have it.
It's quite possible, but first I'd like to see how much I can steal from you.
Indeed.
That bruiser's just wandering around to annoy me. Okay. This is gonna be tough. Look at that chest. Yeah, she'll have to walk right between those two. If Bruiser walks away, that would be nice. Come on, Bruiser, walk back down where you were before. Oh, that was the pirate. The Bruiser's up there. Okay. I'm not sure she can thread the needle between these two, but I'll give it a shot. Oh, she did. Alright. One's wild.
That's that.
She is phenomenal at stealth.
I don't think so.
What? There we go. Aww. With how hard that was to get to, I thought for sure it'd be something neat. Or is not to take that, I suppose. Not seen. I'll see if I can get to this bucket, or barrel, or whatever. Seems like if the chest doesn't have anything good, the random barrel on a shelf won't, but who knows. Ah. Alright, screw it.
Ernezza has not seen you before. You must be new. New or very good at disguises.
The man chuckles. He peers at you through half-moon spectacles. His face is hidden behind a thick but well-groomed beard, and his eyes constantly dart between you and the doorway.
But how did you hear about this place? Wait, no. Do not tell me. Sometimes it is better not to know. There is something I can get for you, yes? Tell me quietly.
I need medicine for drowners lung.
Eh? I hope you are not ill. But never mind. If the Mataru come asking, I will not tell.
He winks and taps his lower lip, backing away from you just a little.
But Drowner's lung is very serious. Very deadly.
He clucks and shakes his head.
The cure is not cheap. But how can one put a price on good health?
He grins marvelously and waggles 8 fingers on the countertop before you.
If the price seems high, there is a certain little favor you could do for me instead.
I'll just buy it. That's not much money.
Perfetto. Though, if your coin purse is so full, take care that others do not hear it jingle.
He winks. Though at this point, I'm strong enough that I wouldn't mind more people trying to mug me. It just means free loot when they die.
Your medicine, as promised.
He shakes your hand and you feel a glass vial slip into your palm. He gives you a nod of acknowledgement.
Hey, how did you do that? Can you do that again?
Edar stares at Ernesto with childlike giddiness, pointing at the file with a rapid twitch of his finger. Gotta say, Edar felt less childish last game. Like, he was still sarcastic and wry and able to enjoy little things like a cute animal. But he felt less silly about it somehow. Feels a little bit more frivolous now, unfortunately.
Bless his heart if his strength and good looks ever go.
Arnezo blinks slowly at Edar before turning back to you.
There is something I can get for you, yes? Tell me quietly.
Give me supplies.
Of course. Only do not tell anyone where you got them.
Oh, he has a unique arquebus called the Red Hand. As inaccurate and blunted criticals are both just part of being an arquebus, as is unfit for melee and veil piercing. Arquebuses get a lot of junk just for being arquebuses. Fires 2 shots before reloading, but has reduced range. That's kind of interesting. Don't know how that works in turn-based. No rest for the wicked. 1% damage dealt and received on kill until rest. What do you mean 1%? Is that plus 1%? Like a bonus 1%? Or it could be 2% damage dealt and received on kill until rest. Or 1% just on kill. Destroy lower level vessels on second consecutive hit. That's kind of neat. Though I don't know what lower level means. It might easily be that nothing at all is low enough level on Path of the Damned or the like. Knock back target within 4 meters and scoring a hit. If that was like a modal you could turn on and off, that'd be cool, but just passively forever. There's circumstances where that would be more harmful than helpful. I think those circumstances are numerous enough that you wouldn't want it on. Nonetheless, it feels like it's probably the best arquebus I've found so far. I'm not currently using Maya, but I didn't boot her out with the expectation I'd never use her again. I could buy it. It's fairly expensive, but God knows whether I'll ever want to come back down here for it. Let's see. Garari Cuirass. Legendary armor. Base armor rating of 10 for a light armor. That's as good as most of the heaviest armors I've found so far. 10% of incoming hits converted to grazes from weapons. That's fantastic. I really like that. Resistance to might? Oh my. Layered. Minus 5% damage from weapons. Or minus 5. Yeah. This is just a really solid armor. Like, it's so much less gimmicky than most enchanted gear. It just does things you want armor to do. Definitely buying it, even though I don't focus on... I mean, it's too expensive for me right now. Let's see, do I have any more to sell? I know I stole some garbage. Probably not enough, though, no. Possibly I could scrounge it together by selling a bunch of traps. And potions that I'll never use. I mean, that feels like something I should keep around, but since it doesn't even tell me the dialogue options when I need those, I never know when I'm missing them, and I'll never think to use it. I'm not going to sell any of my pets, even though it would kind of make sense to do so, since I'm not going to use any of them either. Any reason to keep these? Oh yeah, they don't sell for anything. That's the reason to keep them. Give me enough? Oh, so close. So close. I can definitely get 200, or 170 rather, out of selling some ingredients I don't need. I just need to waste a bunch of effort trying to figure out which ingredients I don't need. I don't have very many of them in the huge stockpiles I used to have. There we go. That'll do it. Ooh, I'm broke again. Yeah, so my Nomad's Brigandine's a bit better. I'd already had a superior Brigandine. Definitely someone's got worse than that. Yeah, her Fine Brigandine is basically same armor rating, less with the Piercing Corrode, whereas the Crush and Freeze here are a little bit higher. So yeah, just an upgrade. From 1177 to 1199. And with some cool enchantments I'll be able to get eventually. I don't have any money for them now, after having just spent every dime I have. Could easily get into there. I don't know if he'll go hostile. Like, it feels like maybe opening that door will make him be like...
Look there.
Oh, I noticed. Oh, never mind.
What now? Of course.
I was gonna say, maybe opening that door would make them all be like, oh, even though I don't see who did it because of stealth, I noticed the door open.
Well, as long as all done.
Oh, well, I'm suddenly quite glad I didn't buy that. I was very tempted to. If I'd had more money, or if I hadn't seen that armor I wanted, I probably would have. Exceptional, and I'm using exceptional, so yeah, I'll toss that there for now, and oops. Not that I switch to her ranged weapon often, but if I ever do, and if I ever bring Maya back, I'll give it to her. Once per rest. Does this still have the maximum? Yeah, 3 uses, summons 3 shades. Well, still good for an emergency. You've got a summon, you've got a summon. Pelagina gets a summon.
Not a sound.
A quest happy to oblige.
I'm here.
See what we've got in these containers. Garbage. Yeah, rather than selling every piece of ingredient, I should have just came and pickpocketed some people to get my money. Can't even remember if I took the better pickpocketing Breath's Blessing thing at the beginning. I know I considered it. I think I decided against it, but I don't remember.
Yes. Happy to oblige.
Either way, it's decent. I mean, that's 45 copper right there. Not fantastic, but certainly decent. A figure in the shadows looks up at your approach, pursing his lips together in a crooked line.
Think you made a wrong turn, Bilger. You don't belong in the row.
The name's Chie?
I know who you are. I make it my bag to keep my eyes on the new fish that end up in the gullet. You're the type of scab that bores me. Feel free to piss off.
Well, what, you gonna make me? With a furrowed brow, he glares at you, but says nothing.
Indeed.
Weird. Well,
Sure.
he might have something worth pickpocketing. He has a name, after all. Oh, and he's got really good ability to see me. Maybe if I sneak in from behind instead of the front. Nobody else has detected her that well. Not in ages. Well, some cash anyways. Alright, let's go cure that drowner's lung. Game keeps hitching that makes me think the crash is happening again, but logically I know it's not because the music keeps going and the music halts when the computer crash is happening. Or either halts or does that thing where it stutters the last sound it was making over and over again in an irritating screech.
Need something?
Here's your medicine. Her eyes, watery and red, dart between you and the file you hold. She coughs into her fist.
That could save an awful lot of sick people.
She wipes her hand on her shirt and holds it out to you. Give her the medicine. She takes the bottle from you and uncorks it. A sharp, piney odor escapes. She breathes it in and smiles.
That's the stuff, all right. Thank you. That's from me and from the children of the Dawn Stars.
You have gained an item, Helgoth's Warmth. Oh, a ring. +1 priest restoration power level. +2 burn armor rating. Not bad.
If you'll excuse me, I better start treating the sickest ones.
Go for it. I will... Where'd that ring go? I guess it's... Yeah. I assume that's probably better for Shoti than something she's got. Oh, I mean, that's tough. Yeah, I guess it's better than the AoE. You've already got AoE, Somebody got really... Yeah, you're missing a ring. You've got AoE, but I don't think you literally have AoE attacks. I just gave it to you as a placeholder. I'll give you the Ring of Regen. Oh, you have 2 items giving you +1 regen per health, or per round. Right. You kind of want to see something.
I am ready.
Go. That, yeah. 5.9. Multiple rings stack. I highly doubt it, but they do. Multiple Ring of Overseeing stack in this one. That is so much better than the last one. Nice. I think I will do that then. I think increasing the AoE of her chance and aura is slightly better than that +10 accuracy when she uses her flaming sword, much as I do like that. You don't have any fire attacks, do you? These are lightning attacks, right? I doubt it even counts because it doesn't have, like, the keyword lightning. Well, it has burn. It would be interesting if that somehow counted as a fire attack because it has some burn, but I'm, like, 90% sure it doesn't. I will equip it to hopefully find out. More likely, I'll forget to check the combat log. I'm sure it doesn't, though.
Need something?
Yeah, the food shortage situation.
We tried, but the one away is prize share. Meaning anything we'd give these people has to go through the palace. Best I can tell, our food went to the Queen's table, assuming it didn't rot in the storehouse first.
If the Queen sanctioned more shares for the Roparu, would the Dawnstars donate crops again? Her thin lips worry together, but she nods.
That's a question for Sawin. I'd ask her myself, but I should stick close, in case any more sick Roparu show up. She's High Priestess at the Temple of Gone. Tell her Pitty sent you. She'll listen. Probably.
Yeah, farewell. And again, I must complain about quests where the main difficulty in them appears to be how many load screens can you possibly endure. Now I'd have to go to the Sacred Steps. I guess I can phase directly into the temple thanks to the little shortcut in the map. And then I'd have to go back to the Sacred Steps, so that's 2 load screens. Then I'd have to go to the palace for another load screen, then from the palace to the palace district for 4 load screens, back to here for 5 load screens just to do 2 conversations. Insufferable.
You've caught the eye of someone important.
A cloaked figure sidles up to you, hidden behind a raspy whisper in a long, drooping hood.
If you're interested in making good pay and a good friend, head to the Narrows at the western end of the gullet.
I was just there, but alright.
Once you reach the alleys, go right and right again as soon as you can. Then, follow the bend to the left.
Where's my pen? Okay. Right. Right. Left. Follow the bend to the left. I don't know what that means. That could mean go straight several times, then left, or it could mean just go left, so I don't know. Alright, follow. Bend. To left. Okay.
The bullies guarding the door have a weakness for chewing Svev. You can follow their trail.
Her teeth flash under her hood.
Tell them Dario sent for you. And remember your manners.
Not really got a lot of manners when it comes to dealing with horrible people, which this Dario sounds like he is. I was going to end there, but I don't want to forget that. I'm going to head straight in to deal with it. Right. Right. Left. Oh, these folks. Yeah, Dario sent a messenger. Let's read this out. A handful of guards emerge and block your way, crossing their thick arms over their chests. One of them spits a viscous black glob at your feet. He rolls a dark plug between his teeth. Better head back, friend. It's invitation only past here. Yeah, Dario sent a messenger for me. The guards nod and let you pass, chomping loudly on mouthfuls of Svev. That's a really fucking gross noise game. I did not need that. At the end of the passage is a stately door, crafted and polished mahogany. Through the small slit in the door, you catch flashes of fire-cast shadows and bright textiles. The scent of sandalwood and cinnamon oil come to you on a warm draft. Whatever is beyond the door is likely far more elegant than anything else you've seen near the gullet. Enter it. Don't keep the boss waiting, he says. Is it going to be an auto conversation when I get near? No.
How might I assist?
Well.
As you wish.
Can you find a spot where you can stand where this circle goes away? There we go. Let's see how well this goes. I'm sure Dario the Lean will be able to detect her if that guy in the alleys could so quickly. Well, let's see what we can get first.
Allow me.
I don't... No. There's gotta be a better place to do this.
What's over there?
No.
What's over there?
Of course, I could also use that... Oh, it's the Thief's Putty, but it doesn't last very long, and I don't think it would be too helpful here. I'll with that chest in a bit. Let's see what this is. And just a little bit of cash. More cash. More cash. Let's see this again. Oh, back down here. Another level or two. This would be a lot easier. I think that's touching. And that might not be.
Don't mind if I do.
Oh, she really wants to move to touch this bruiser for some reason. rather than interact with that chest directly. Alright, well, it's as good as I'm likely to get right now. Well, I should try to see if I can pickpocket Dario.
Eyes are yours.
Let's move you all a little bit out of the way.
Yes.
I'm sure she'll get rapidly detected. Oh, nice. I did not think I'd get even that close. Alright. A thin, long-limbed man holds a handkerchief in one hand and a threaded needle in the other. As you approach, he sets his handiwork aside and you see an elaborate goldwork pattern embroidered around the edge. The same pattern that adorns his brilliant tunic. You notice a strange bulk beneath the thin fabric of his trouser legs that runs from hip to ankle.
The hero of the Reparu visits me at last. You must forgive the cryptic introduction, but I prefer to remain among the comforts of home.
He leans forward with a squeak of leather and a rattle of metal. You see something protruding above his boots, the bottom of a leg brace.
Well, ain't you sitting fat and happy in your home while just outside people are starving? He may look like a prince, but he smells like a pirate.
Yes.
Better to be a prince here than a slave out there, no?
He dips his head in a mock bow. Then he turns back to you.
Though these are modest luxuries compared to those at the estate of your friends in Queensbirth.
His mouth twitches in a smile.
But had I only known there was a watcher in my midst, I would have extended the invitation sooner.
Alright, why did you invite me here?
I have a job. One that could use a watcher's skills. There is an artifact called the Cornet of Waves, which is currently in the possession of a Juana named Takano. I would like you to liberate it for me.
He flutters his slender hands in a way that resembles a bird taking flight. And why do you need a watcher?
Watchers see what many cannot. Takano is a man of many vanities, as your special gifts will no doubt reveal. His villa is on the eastern edge of Serpent's Crown, just downwind of the palace.
He pauses, tenting his fingers.
The opportunist I first hired was too bold and found herself ejected from the district. With your genteel manners and unique talents, I am hoping you can avoid such complications and persuade Takano. After all, it would be best to avoid drawing the ire of our Mataru hosts. When you have the cornet, bring it to me. I will pay you well for it, and you will find my favor useful in this part of the city.
Alright, what is the Cornet of Waves?
It is an old Juana artifact, a musical instrument of sorts.
One hand plays with the elaborate decoration at his sleeve.
Ages ago, it was part of a pair, but its companion, the Cornet of Depths, was lost when the old city sank. Both are said to carry the voice of Andra herself. I do not believe in such superstition, of course.
He frowns. Yet you see the tension in a way he pinches the fabric of his sleeve. He wants this artifact. Badly. What do you want with it?
I have told you all you need to know of the cornet. Now, I suggest you focus your sharp mind on retrieving it.
Yeah, farewell. Alright, well, I mean, I plan to head up there to ask the Queen if we can get to Dawnstar's food delivery after, presumably after asking the Dawnstar priestess in the stairs. So maybe I'll look into that. Probably won't deliver it to him if I get it, but I certainly see myself exploring it, or at least going to that villa and see what's there.
He can't be Aeolus because he died. But at the same time, I never thought Gon could be so...
destructive? Uncaring? That is what the gods are. All of them.
No, I won't believe that. There's a reason for everything, even if we can't see it. Sometimes, maybe, you gotta be hard to be kind.
Still waiting for the kind part.
Yeah. Alright, anything else I want to do before we end the session? Alright, wondering if I wanted to give this to anybody, but who's got a hat that's not very good? Half my team can't wear hats. I have yet to see this do anything. Receiving shock damage grants the wearer's attacks additional shock damage. I mean, yeah. Toss that onto her in the unlikely event it ever pops up. We'd put the mask on Shoti because it, you know, when she becomes bloody, it uses this sickened and terrified on all nearby enemies, which seems good to help keep her alive, which is very important as she is my healer.
Think it suits me?
I do. Not really, actually, but... And I will call that an end to Session 10 of this Pillars of Eternity Deadfire turn-based Triple Crown attempt. Thank you all for watching and or listening, and I hope you will join me again when I get to Session 11.